Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to another episode of
Fan King Haters,
your weekly fantasy show where we dish out hate on those fantasy players that mess up your DraftKings and your FanDuel lineup. I'm Marcus the Greek. To my left is Melodic. To my right, Messiah the One.
you know it.
You can follow us during the games on DraftKings. We're going to get right into our hating this week. If you didn't have enough reason already to be excited about that Blu-ray we've been talking about, we got some more lost episodes for you. So my hate for the week is Bob. Bob, our videographer, our uploader. Thanks to Bob, he's been having some technical difficulties and we haven't been able to get some videos up. So my hate of the week is Bob and technology. Besides Melodic, who you hating on?
Bob and Tyler Eifert.
Oh, yes, that bomb.
Bob, yeah, obviously. But Tyler Eifert, man, he just killed me in my fantasy league. And I lost just because of that one catch. The longest catch of his whole
career.
Whole season.
And career.
Oh, was it career?
Mm-hmm.
Both. Okay, it just happened to be when my opponent needed it. It's just horrible.
Okay. Besides, who you hating on this week?
Solar flares.
Solar flares? Why you hating on solar flares?
Solar flares and what was the moon that just passed?
The supermoon.
The supermoon and solar flares.
Is that why Bob was having trouble?
That's my hate, and I'm sticking with it.
All right. We're going to get right into our lineups. Melodic, who you rolling out this week?
I'm going to continue with the wave. I'm going with Mariota.
Oh.
Indianapolis defense is not very good at all.
Okay.
I think their run defense is horrible. Their secondary is not much better. I think they will have a good day.
Now, see, and I know it's not right for a Marcus to hate on a Marcus, but I think that might be your hate just because I feel like that's a fantasy trap game. We've been hearing, if you've been doing your research like we do, been talking about it's going to be a shootout. I just think when we hear that all the time, it seems to me it never fails that those games don't pan out to be shootouts. So I think that might be your hate. It's a division game as well.
Yeah,
you know what Messiah says about division games?
Run more heavy on a run game than anything.
Well,
Okay.
hey, if it doesn't work out, solar flares will be a good hate for next week.
All right, who's your running back?
I'm going on a limb just because I went heavy with my lineup this week. I'm taking Isaiah Crowell.
Ooh,
He's going against Pittsburgh.
He has to rise from fantasy death, right?
Well, come on, man. Ezekiel just went for 200. I don't care if my grandma's playing running back against Pittsburgh this week. I'm picking the running back.
That's
a good play.
Definitely a good play.
I got D. Johnson.
That's another good play. That's always a good play.
He's one of the people I always have in my lineup. He's always running, always getting points. I got Antonio Brown, AJ Green, and T. Sharp.
I like the T. Sharp play. I like that. That's a good play. He's starting to come into his own.
Yeah, I decided to go heavy on my receivers this week just to see what happens.
Okay.
I went with Zach Miller as my tight end.
Okay.
And I got Ebron.
Oh, if you pay attention, folks, I think that is the first double tight end play of the year. I like that.
And let's see how that plays out.
And then with my defense, I'm going with the Redskins.
Ooh, that's gonna be that. I think that'll also be a hate. I know.
You think so?
Yeah, I know Green Bay hasn't looked like what they normally do, but they're still putting up heavy points. I mean, they put up 30-something.
Who's their number one receiver?
They got 3.
Well, they got Nelson,
Devontae
Adams, Montgomery, Cobb. I mean,
and then
Cobb ain't been doing nothing.
But the one person that we have to think about, Green Bay made an acquisition in the offseason that was going to help them get back to the days of them being in the championship. Their Jermichael Finley was Jared Cook.
Okay,
That's
true.
Jared Cook is off the PUP list, the PUP list. So now he's actually going to get in rotation, and I think he might open up. There's a lot of people to feed along with Christian Michael who just came in.
Yeah. So that's just me. We hate on the show. That's my hate. I think that'll be your hate. Besides, who you rolling out this week?
Well, I kept it real easy. Tom Brady doesn't lose often.
No, he doesn't.
And whenever he has
T1000,
he has lost, him and Belichick want to stick it to you.
Yes.
It's more than just a dagger. It's like a dagger plus a sword plus an axe. So I'm going with Tom Brady at my quarterback.
I like that play.
Going against San Francisco, who has an atrocious defense.
Atrocious.
So with that, I also went with LeGarrette Blount.
Okay, I like that.
If they get up high,
32nd ranked rush defense, I think, and there's only how many teams in the NFL, Messiah?
My next running back is Spencer Ware. That says enough. We all know. Patrick Willis is not there anymore. Aldon Smith is gone.
Not there anymore.
Nobody's there. I went with Spencer Ware.
Like that play too.
Going against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's defense really hasn't showed up. Only when they play against Chicago.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna maybe throw a slight 8 there. I don't know.
Slight 8 maybe.
You know, against running backs, they're ranked 21st against running backs.
I like that play. We'll see.
I see what happens, and plus just on the road and at KC, they play good at Arrowhead. I went with Golden Tate. You know, if you're shooting for first place and you want to be in the green, you got to go gold. So I got to go with Golden Tate.
All right, I like that play.
If you paid attention to what he's been doing over the last 4 weeks, he has 33 points and nothing but double digits, nothing less than 6 catches.
That's true.
They're going against Jacksonville. I also went with Jamison Crowder,
I like
which
that play.
I think is a sleeper pick.
My favorite whiskey.
And then
like we said in the last episodes, also he's really the #1 receiver in Washington.
That's true.
Right.
Check the Blu-ray out.
Yeah.
And my sneaky pick, with this lineup, you will have money left over.
Okay.
Because I went with Tariq Hill.
I like that play. Especially if Macklin is out.
Tariq Hill, he's
Who's that?
receiver from KC, and anybody who's been paying attention to KC is actually on a winning streak.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Shout out to Cousin Poe.
And actually, with Tariq Hill playing, they actually have a passing game that actually goes deeper than 10 yards. At my tight end, I went with Martellus Bennett.
I like that play.
And then at my slot, I did a little research, paid attention to what Baltimore did last week in a rivalry division game against Cleveland. And the slot receiver looked like he did work, so I went with Eli Rogers.
Who?
Eli Rogers from Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's a good tournament play.
I think Pittsburgh's receiving core has an edge on Baltimore's
receiving core. I agree.
And I think everybody's going to be focused on Antonio Brown, which is going to be a lot of one-on-one with some weak DBs.
Okay.
And defense, rookie's going to get his start after watching him in the preseason and Hard Knock Life, not knowing that the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. With him playing quarterback, I'm going to take my chance with hopefully Alonzo gets me another interception to the house because I used him last week. But just a side note, every time that y'all don't see an episode, my lineups are smashing. So I'm going to say this lineup's on a smash. But if it smashes, there's a good chance it's on Blu-ray.
All right. My lineup this week, it's time, and I think it's finally time for some Bortles combat.
Hey.
I went with Blake Bortles.
Nah, man. You threw an interception off the foot.
I've never seen a quarterback try to throw the ball at the ground and get picked off, and just because of that, which is it's
in the butt fumble category.
Yeah, it's right behind the butt fumble.
See,
that's like Tony Romo rolling out in the playoffs and just dropping the football.
Okay.
Like how do you drop a football when you're natural?
Hey, no hating on Romo, man. He's going through enough right now. He's going through enough.
No, I don't care.
If quietly he's put up 19 plus his last 3 fantasy games against better defenses, Detroit. So that's why I went with it. I went with Shady McCoy just because it's not your daddy's Cincinnati defense no more.
Is he fully healthy?
It don't matter to me. They give up 120 yards to running backs. I think Shady averages about 100 and something from scrimmage.
I think he loses a few touches this week because the sleeper that people forgot about is Percy Harvin, who we know every team that uses him, they have to have so many plays for him because he's a gadget guy. I think he's gonna take from them.
I'm 2 in, and these dudes already hating.
I didn't even know he was back. Actually,
for my other running back, I went with Theo Riddick. Like you said, they're playing the Jags. They give up a lot of yards to receiving running backs. I think he's one of the best receiving running backs, so I think he goes off. For my first receiver, I went with suspect OBJ. They're playing Chicago. I still can't name anybody on Chicago's defense. They're playing in New York. Oh, yeah, definitely. All day long. I also went with Jamison Crowder. He's quietly probably the best slot receiver in the NFL right now. Been racking up points the past couple weeks. If you've been watching, we've been talking about it. Check out the Blu-ray when it come out. And then for my last receiver, I went with Rashard Matthews. You know, he's hotter than two rats having sex in a wool sock right now. You know, 6 straight games, touchdown. I think he gets 7.
I guess we're gonna be battling there.
Yeah. I think it's not going to be a shootout, like I said, but I think he gets his 7 touchdown. And then again, like Messiah said in his lineup, I went with Bennett and Blunt as well, and my tight end and my flex. Like, if you got the Patriots, you're starting the Patriots against San Francisco. And they mad. It's the mad Patriots against a bad defense.
And it doesn't matter if Gronk is playing. Martellus Bennett's been balling this year.
And then I also went with, probably like you just said as well, the hottest fantasy defense right now, team on a 4-game winning streak. They're on a 4-game winning streak because of their defense. So I also went with the Dolphins as my defensive play.
And you know what? There's one thing that I think that we have to put in consideration. I'm not sure which game, but there is a game that's supposed to be played in Mexico City. So
that is true.
There is a neutral site game somewhere. So
it's the Texans and I think the Raiders. Texans and Raiders, I believe.
Yeah, one of those games I would definitely pay attention to, because don't get too caught up with the home field advantage, because it's a neutral site game.
Right. Yeah. As always, thank you for pressing play. If you can name somebody on Chicago's defense, hit us up in the DM on Twitter, which is @FanKingHaters, and we'll get you a Fan King Haters t-shirt. Hafa Guan.
Make sure you go check us out on Instagram @FanKingHaters. Don't forget.
All I'm going to say is I'm going to sit here and go ahead and record, because you never know. It may not make the cut, but if it does, you're going to see it on the Blu-ray. Hey, I pick haters, man. Every week. The last couple weeks, I've been picking these home run hitters, and y'all been missing out.
Thanks, Bob.
All I'm going to say is Jared Cook. Maybe not this week, but here pretty soon.